Russia, grooming, Democratic candidate. Former U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has said Russia is grooming a female Democrat in the 2020 White House race. She said the Kremlin wanted the contender to run as a third-party candidate to divide liberal voters and help re-elect Donald Trump. Mrs. Clinton did not name the candidate, but she is believed to be referring to Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Ms. Gabbard called Mrs. Clinton's allegation cowardly. In an interview with former Obama advisor David Plouffe's podcast, Campaign HQ, Mrs. Clinton, herself a Democrat, said the Russians have got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians, Mrs. Clinton said, without naming her in the podcast that aired on Wednesday. They have a bunch of sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. Ms. Gabbard hit back, accusing Queen of the Warmongers, Mrs. Clinton, of orchestrating a campaign to destroy my reputation. She challenged the former Secretary of State to join the White House race and not hide behind your proxies. Ms. Gabbard is a military veteran and anti-war candidate who has called on the U.S. to stop acting as the world's policeman. In a live TV debate with 11 other Democratic contenders on Tuesday, she said U.S. media suggestions that she is a Russian asset were completely despicable. Ms. Gabbard has previously ruled out an independent campaign. In the podcast, Mrs. Clinton also accused 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein by name of effectively being a traitor. She raised the possibility that Ms. Stein could run again as a third-party candidate, because she's also a Russian asset. Yes, she's a Russian asset, I mean, totally, added Mrs. Clinton. They know they can't win without a third-party candidate. On Friday, Ms. Stein hit back at Mrs. Clinton's rant, calling it a crackdown on dissent. Election Day is still more than a year away, but the race to become the Democratic challenger to Mr. Trump is already well underway. The latest polling suggests Ms. Warren and Mr. Biden are the front-runners, while Mr. Sanders is also a popular contender. Many of the other candidates are relatively unknown outside the Washington, D.C. bubble.